All right, welcome back and thank you for checking out another episode. Today's topic I think is going to be extremely helpful for anybody who's in the commercial space, whether you own or run a business or you're the CFO, COO, somebody who handles the insurance for a business. And what I want to talk about is the process behind getting quotes for your business insurance, which sounds very simple, and it's probably not what you're going to think it is, because, in its typical sense, it's just, hey, I'm going to have an agent go out to different carriers and get quotes. But what I want to dig into, what I think a lot of businesses don't understand, is what happens on the back end when you go and get quotes for your business insurance. And there's a few really important things to know when you go to do that, how your actions may either positively or negatively impact that experience for you, right? So in its traditional sense, most people think, okay, I'm going to get quotes for my insurance. I'm going to bring in maybe one or two other agents and have them go get quotes as well as my current agent and see if I can get the best offer. But the first really important thing to know is that of all the insurance companies out there, let's just say there are 10 different insurance companies that will insure your type of business. Only one agent in any given year can go and submit for a quote from that carrier. So why does that matter? Well, if you have your agent, one or two other agents going out to get quotes, it becomes a first come, first serve as far as who's going to get quotes from what carriers, which may lead to some sort of disadvantage either for your current agent or for prospective agents who you may sit down with, spend a half hour and a half with, to give them the information regarding your business, only for them to go out and find out that the carriers they want to work with have already been reserved by a different agent. Again, whether that's your current agent blocking the market is what we would call it for those carriers, or if it's the other agents you brought in to quote your business who have then blocked the market from your current agent, keeping them from really being able to do their job. And so that's the first part of understanding, is one, that every carrier will only allow one submission for a business in any given year. No matter how many agents are trying to quote it, you're only going to get one quote from that carrier, and it is a first come, first serve. And so what I want you to understand as a business owner, somebody who handles the insurance for a business, is the impact that can have. In a perfect world, here's how getting commercial insurance quotes should look. You should have an agent who does this for you every single year, meaning that the agent you work with goes out to the carriers that they work with to see if they would be willing to quote or if they would be an aggressive enough offer compared to what you currently have. And if you have one agent who's good at doing that, and then you trust them with the ability to go out and reserve and use all of the markets at their disposal, then you really shouldn't have the need to bring in any other agents to try and do the same thing, considering they're all going to be fishing from the same pond, right? I don't care if you have 5 agents, you're only going to get one quote from Hartford, you're only going to get one quote from Liberty Mutual, one quote from Travelers, whoever it may be. So in a perfect world, your best case scenario would be to have your agent going out and doing that on your behalf. And the number one reason for that is because they control your renewal. The statistics are out there and they're kind of mind-blowing, but the closing ratio, meaning the amount of times that an agent will win business when they control the account already, meaning when it's already their account, is astronomically higher than when they don't. So that means that your agent has a much better chance of getting a more aggressive offer from any other carrier out there because they know that they already control the account, the relationship is already there, whatever it may be. That is a perfect best case scenario. Now, there are 2 quick scenarios that are worth knowing if you should go out and have other quotes. One is if you have an agent that you don't think is doing this for you every year. It's the easiest litmus test to say, hey, I'm going to have another agent go out and look, and if they find that not a single market's blocked and they come back with something better, well, then you know your current agent hasn't been doing their job. The second one is if your current agent doesn't have access to certain markets that another agent might, which will allow them to bring in different carriers to the table rather than the same pool that your current agent may have. And then the last one is just simply if you have bad service. If you're not happy with what your agent has been doing from a service perspective, then obviously it always makes sense. But I'll be honest with you, quoting isn't necessarily the best method there. We'll cover this down the road, but there's a different way to go about that. So keep this in mind. Next time you're going out, your renewal comes up and you think, hey, I want to get some quotes, start with your agent. But if you have to encourage your agent to be the one to go out and do it proactively, you might need to start looking for another agent. But know that only one carrier is ever going to provide one agent an option every single year. And it is in your best interest to find one agent who can represent you, your business, to every other carrier out there. It gives them the best chances of getting you the best rates on an annual basis. All right, that's it for today. Hopefully this was helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.